Tasks are a core concept within Copyhero. There are two main parts within Copyhero when you're listing products. First, we have the tasks, and the second one you have to know when listing products with Copyhero are the workflows. We like to think of tasks as actions you would give to your VA when they do product listing manually. This can be something like adjust the prices by 20%, so always increase the prices from our competitors by 20% and round to 95 cents in the decimal place. Could also be always translate the description to German, Dutch, Danish, whatever market you are listing for. Could be to always include the product name and the product title within Shopify. Could be to add an FAQ section at the bottom of each page you list. Basically, the concept of this task is that you can define these tasks once and chain them individually together using workflows. So normally, when doing product listing by hand, you would have a SOP for your VAs. They would have a lot of steps they have to go through when listing products. They would maybe have a Claude project or ChatGPT template they use. And here with Copyhero, you have the same concept, but different approach, because we automate basically the whole process. When we take a look at the task, you can see there are some tasks here by default, and we have different types of tasks. Again, these help you achieve different goals. The first one is pretty straightforward. We have a translate task. You can select the language you want to translate to. You can also select the store language, so it always auto-translates to the language the product of the store the product is listed to. You could also select these by language, basically. The next one are the template tasks. These are the biggest ones, and these are basically the layout of your product page. You can either copy the layout of the competitor, but because that is proven, and just rewrite it slightly, or you can create your own signature page template right here within Copyhero and apply it to your whole product catalog when importing products. And here, for example, you would add an FAQ section in the bottom of the page, which you can see here. You also have options to adjust the content, but I will have a detailed video on how to set up template tasks in the playlist as well. So you can check that out. And we will go through all the options you have with all of these elements within the template tasks. The next type is the conversion. This is basically currency conversion and price rounding. It's pretty comprehensive, so I won't cover everything right here. You can round decimals, you can round the tens place. You could also use custom exchange rate. You can apply like multiples for both the compared price and the normal price. You can set fixed prices. So if a product is priced between, let's say, $20 and $30, you can always set like $24.99 as a fixed price. You could also set minimum prices, so you apply your pricing rules, but you make sure it's never below like $19.99, whatever you set here. And as I said, we have a lot of rounding options here as well that you can really use to basically do whatever you want with the prices and have them in a unique style for your store that is always consistent and uses a proper markup, depending on if you're importing from a competitor or from AliExpress directly. And the last type of task we have are the custom tasks. These you can think of like an instruction you would give to a VA. As I said, for example, always include the product name in the product title. As you can see here, you can select an output field. These are the Shopify fields, so title, description, vendor, product type, tags. You can select all of those. These are used for Google Merchant Center. These are synced, so these are the SEO titles and descriptions Google uses to optimize your feed. And then you can write a custom prompt for an AI right here on how to construct the field, and it will update the product specifically to the prompt you give here. There also will be a detailed video on how to write these custom tasks to get the most out of them. And the last one, which is not listed here, but rather here, are the agents. And they are listed here because they apply a pretty much completely different approach on how to perform an action. Because with task, you can think of, okay, it's a fixed task and it's done once and it produces an output. With an agent, it's different. An agent, you can think of a real VA that iterates on the task. You give it a goal and it iterates until the goal is finished. What we can use those for example, is to perform keyword research for Google listings before listing the product. So you could research the keyword, the product, find what competitor use as keywords, maybe find different keywords that the competitors don't use yet, and then use these researched keywords in your product description, in your titles, in your SEO fields to optimize your Google feed based on these. Another one also important for Google is that you can use an agent to find a matching Shopify product category. So the product category within Shopify is also synced to Google, and it's important that it's as detailed as possible. So say you have a fashion store, you don't want there always to be clothing within the product category. So what the agent can do, it can iterate, it finds its clothing, but then, okay, this is a dress, so it will go down as much as it can and find clothing, dresses. It also can do t-shirts, you get the point. The agents you can also use in the workflows. And if you take a look at the workflows right now, this is basically your SOP in a structured form. Like whatever tasks you would have for your team, you define as tasks or agents within Copyhero, and then you can list them and execute them for every product that is imported every time. So there are no mistakes. There's not, oh, I forgot to change the price. Oh, sorry, I used a different prompt. Now it's in English, or now it's in Dutch instead of German. We have a lot of these cases ourselves. So with Copyhero, you make sure this doesn't happen to your store anymore. You don't have to check the work. It's just done every time, and it's done correctly. So this is the core concept of tasks and workflows in Copyhero. And if you want to learn more about how to set this up yourself, there will be a complete tutorial series on how to set up tasks and workflows within Copyhero. You can find that in the description.